Hi, and welcome to another edition of the Aussie Ideas Man. I got up this morning and I saw this video and it has me a bit incensed. Now, the reason why I'm incensed is because I am a stickler for freedom of speech. I'm a stickler for allowing on public forums like YouTube a fair bit of latitude so that people can get their messages across. I think YouTube itself does enough nanny state blocking without the content owner having to do any more. And over this issue, I think it is, well, in the case of the Ninjaneer, I think he's using it as an excuse to get rid of my comments about the silly trike. It's that simple. The others all do it. They say, oh, if you can't be nice, I'm blocking you. And I'm afraid that's no good. YouTube can be the arbiter of whether someone's nice or not. It should not be an excuse to gag somebody from saying things about the silly trike. They should have freedom to express their opinions, and the content owners and the fanboys should be capable of just writing comments or making videos that would debunk or disprove any comments about the silly trike. And once again, it's the silly trike that is the object of these videos. It is not whether somebody's gay or whether they're a friend of somebody or any other issue. All those side issues should be ignored. But anyway, I'll run through it and I'll talk as I go, like I usually do, and just talk off the top of my head. Then when I go to make the video, same applies. I will then add a text box of some sort for any additional things I think of when I have time to think of it. You should all know my method by now. So here we go.
It's moving! It's moving! It's alive! It's alive!
That in itself is pretty childish. Doesn't matter. I'm not so opposed to being childish as to just being a cretin, to being unethical. Happy for people to be childish.
Hello, greetings, and welcome everyone to this news video. I am the Ninjaneer, and the topics for today are as follows. What you ain't gonna do. Response from Audra. Neil deGrasse and APTERA. Steve Fambro's book recommendation. Successful PI test drive, and things I liked. Let's get started. Alright, so I am a guy who is generally pretty lax when it comes to comments and commentary, specifically when it comes to insults and things about my person or whatever. As a 40-year-old black man, I've heard it all.
All right then. First observation here is, if he thinks it's okay to be lax about insults, why doesn't he extend that to other people? Why is it that he is lax when it's about him, but doesn't think people should be exposed to insults? Wouldn't they be expected to be as lax as he? In the very beginning, there lacks some logic with what he's about to say.
So, generally speaking, I have a pretty thick skin. What I cannot tolerate and what I will not tolerate is those comments being directed at people besides myself, and more importantly, people that I respect as friends and or family. That happened some time ago, about a week ago. My previous news video, there was a comment that I found completely unacceptable when it comes to Transport Evolved.
Okay, my first thought here is, why doesn't he say that it's me? It turned out to be me. I didn't know at the time as I watched this, but I made checks, and he is talking about me. Now, if he's lax about anything about himself when it comes to insults, why does he not say it's me? I have nothing against him saying it's me. But really, what this fool should have done was had some discussion with me. He has done it on his own bat without consulting me at all. The reason why he does this is because he's pretty much an idiot.
I have met both of the hosts of Transport Evolved, and they are both really awesome people.
The hosts of Transport Evolved are deviates. Now, if you look up the description or definition in the dictionary of a deviate, it is people who have deviated from the norm. These people at Transport Evolved in their personal lives have deviated from the norm. They're deviates. That's as much as I can say. I have to tread lightly when I give the ninja serve because YouTube is policing this. I can't refer to what I wrote, but I know it was very soft and it was carefully constructed. The ninja is welcome to put back what I wrote on my latest video. He can restore it as a comment on my latest video so that I can actually remember last week what I wrote. But in either case, my claim is it was fairly soft and it had nothing to do with the subject matter. Somebody else was involved in this, and it was about the people that Transport evolved. I'm happy to talk about anybody if they're mentioned, but I will not accept that I should be gagged from talking about the silly trike just because these things pop up. They should be dealt with like an adult and not used as an excuse to gag me from saying things that are very relevant to the silly trike.
I consider them, at the very least, colleagues in this crazy YouTube space. Comments were made about them that were, in my opinion, disparaging when it comes to their LGBTQ status, etc.
The adult thing to do, even if he didn't consult with me, was to block any disparaging comments regarding LGBT lifestyles or whatever. If he doesn't like something, he is capable of blocking them on an individual basis. He does not have to blanket block anybody because these things don't come up very often. What comes up 95% of the time is topical subjects, things about the silly trike. There is no reason to take a sledgehammer to a walnut. But as I said, this guy has overreacted because he's pretty much an idiot. He is on a par with idiots like Hillbilly Bill and Chad and Sarah and a few others, many of them AI voices. There's a lot of idiocy going on here, and the reason why he has reacted in this way is because his IQ would barely go over double figures.
So I found it necessary to ban the person that made said comments. I am making this known to everyone in this video because what you ain't gonna do is make fun of people that are not me on my videos. I will not tolerate it.
And so what I'm going to do is make fun of you on my videos. Hope your skin is really thick because you are now a target of mine. When I've done making this introductory part of your video, I will go through the rest of the video and make fun of you. I would usually just pick on the silly trike, but because of what you've done, I will pick on you as well.
Pretty much ever. Keep the comments civil in general. Criticisms are still always welcome. I will always take constructive criticism to heart and make changes as necessary, but
You can't take constructive criticism to heart if you've permanently gagged somebody. You can use your opinion to block individual criticisms if you like, but once you gag somebody completely, you have become a cretin. You have low ethics, extremely low ethics. In the land of the free, in the land of free speech, you trample on the Constitution of America, and you're too dumb to know it.
hurling insults at people that I respect, not gonna fly. So, you are now on notice. Person who I have banned, if you notice that you cannot comment, that is the reason why. Yeah, that's pretty much it on that.
No, it's not the reason why. I'm smarter than that. The reason is you could not debunk or refute or show that I was wrong with any comment I had made about the silly trike. You had nothing. And if anybody looks back at all the comments that I have made on his site when he does his weekly news, you will notice that they are true. And that's the main thing, that my comments are true. And there's a lot about the silly trike that people need to know. Now they're being gagged. This is just a stunt. This is just an excuse to get me off saying things about the silly trike. He's found a way, and it's pretty dumb. That's all I can say. It's pretty dumb. He has to become a gutter snake to do it. But I don't think that was too low a drop for him. Well, that's all from me. Bye for now. Stay safe.